A quick preface before I begin this video. I am white. I do not intend to talk over POC voices regarding Hamilton, nor am I trying to downplay the ways the musical glosses over some aspects of the American Revolution. I'm also aware that the Hamilton fandom has gotten a pretty bad rep in the past few years. Not an entirely undeserved one, but I digress. This video is nothing but the opinions of someone who loves theater, the production and effort that goes into theater, and the art of lyricism. All that said, enjoy the video. Hamilton is hard to discuss in 2022. Not because it's been discussed to death already, although it has, but because it's a rare case of an extremely accessible Broadway show. You can get a relatively full experience merely listening to the original cast recording, which makes sense seeing as it was originally a concept album. There are countless animatics and analysis videos on YouTube, and of course there's the pro shoot, readily available on a major streaming platform. If you wanted to see it, you've probably already seen it. And yet seeing it live is something completely different and absolutely worth doing. I attended the March 3rd performance at the Benedum Center as part of their 2021-2022 Broadway tour season. It was one of the most phenomenal experiences of my life. I haven't seen many professional productions, but this easily ranks above all of them. Now, compared to the pro shoot, it's no different in set design, choreography, lighting, costume design, etc. Granted, that's part of the point of a Broadway tour, but if you're looking for a different interpretation, this isn't it. Not that it really bothered me, if anything, it enhanced the experience. See, the pro shoot is great for viewing Hamilton as a story. The various camera angles and close-up of the cast faces makes it more intimate. Even with orchestra seats, these are POVs you'd never get to see live. But the emphasis on being physically close to the actors means you lose some of the intricacies of the set design. From my nosebleed seats, I was afforded a view of the entire stage. This meant numbers that feature impressive lighting or utilize the rotating circles on the stage look more impressive. The pro shoot does not do Satisfied, Hurricane, Yorktown, or Nonstop Jesters. It's otherworldly live. I don't want to spend too long on the individual performances because the cast was very solid across the board. However, there's a few I want to mention. We had the understudy for George Washington during my show, and he killed it. Jonathan Christopher was exceptional. He had not only the stature and demeanor to play Washington, and I mean that literally dude's a tree, but the vulnerability for his more somber moments. I was always lukewarm at best towards one last time, but Jonathan made me tear up. No disrespect to Christopher Jackson though, but full disrespect to Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's a really talented lyricist, a good rapper, an above-average actor, but he's not a great singer and he's a terrible dancer. Pierre Jean Gonzalez could do all of the above, except the lyrics, but you know. And it's not a hot take, everybody I went with agreed with me. I think Neil Haskell was decent as King George, definitely hamming it up, but I don't know, I like Jonathan Groff's more restrained version. Lastly, Stephanie J. Park as Eliza was excellent. She started off very subdued, showing off Eliza's youth and innocence while slowly growing more and more bold. She was saving her vocal cords for Burn and it paid off. I also love the choice to have her barely respond to Hamilton in It's Quiet Uptown. She is doing this because you're a pathetic wreck, Alexander, and don't you forget it. So I've sung the show's praises enough because there's one thing I do want to criticize. The sound mixing. I don't know if the audio engineer fell asleep in the booth during rehearsal and they never bothered to fix things, but it was bad. More often than not, the orchestra drowned out the vocals. This is especially irksome for a show as lyrically driven as Hamilton. I mean, this show is basically sung through with only a few moments of actual dialogue. Not being able to make out the words is kind of a big deal. And I have auditory processing issues. They're lucky I basically already had the show memorized. Apparently this is an issue with this entire tour because reviews I can find online also mention the mediocre mixing. That's not enough to ruin the overall production for me though. I had a lot of fun attending Hamilton, and I sincerely found it to be one of the best evenings I had in years. I acknowledge the inherent flaws of the shows, I recognize the fanbase is cringy as all hell, and I don't care. It was fun, emotional, and awe-inspiring. I'm glad I was willing to wait for it. Oh my god, I can't believe I just recorded that.